Namaste! Grand Rising, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in. Come on. I've got intel. Recon is afoot. The planetary energies are as we kick our way into this glorious day gifted to us by the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis. Mercury in Scorpio sextiles Venus in Capricorn. It's a day for networking, developing intimate relationships, and resolving old conflicts. Venus in Scorpio and Saturn in Aquarius squares off today, darling dears, marking a major shift in how you view love and self-care. It's important to be selective about where you direct your attentions. Mercury and the South Node in Scorpio will blast open your psychic ability and empathetic nature. It will be important for you to set some emotional and energetic boundaries. Another helpful minor connection between Mercury and Chiron can provide some cosmic healing, allowing you to shake off any hurt from the past. That big P word, darling dears, the past, which many of you are still having issues with letting go. Why? Your skullduggerous conscious mind sometimes brings it up and you get angry. You may even go as far and be as bold as to shed a tear over circumstances and situations of yesteryear, darling dears. But if you've been rocking with me for a while, I've been tasking you to do many things. The biggest thing is what? Self-reflection, which brings self-improvement. And as we fast approach the full lunar eclipse in Taurus on the 8th, darling dears, if you don't put it down, it will be put down for you, and you may not enjoy the consequences. I've been telling you for months, if you are still drinking the alcohol, smoking the Bob Marleys, darling dears, or the Mary Janes, whatever you dare to call it, you're going to have an issue. Yes, baby. This lunar eclipse, the moon, darling dears, our whole being is represented by the moon. We are made up of over 75% of water. The feminine cycle is moved by the moon. Those that like to bark at passing cars come out at a full moon, darling dears. The tides of the ocean is followed and filled by the moon. And Taurus, as you all well know, budding astrologers, Taurus is the second house, the house of what values, darling dears? It will cover your skrilla, your money, your work, your income, the routines that you've cultivated, or the ones that you must let go, darling dears. You have to learn to prioritize yourself and the new habits that you're making for you in your life. It will also have you looking at your possessions. I'm also going to give you another tidbit, darling dears. I talk to you always about the energy of the 369. Tesla told us all that it was the key to the universe. So now I'm going to tell you how you manifest with the 369. 3 times a day, darling dear, you will write down what you truly want to manifest. For example, at 9 a.m., you will write down 3 times in block capitals what you intend to manifest. Don't let it be someone from the past, darling dears. The consequences will be far-reaching. The second time, at say for example 12 p.m., you will write down what you wish to manifest 6 times. And then again at say for example 6 p.m., you will write down 9 times what exactly you need to manifest. How long for? 8 days, darling dears. I told you the number 8 is the luckiest number. The Chinese understand this. This is why they've got 8 all up and everything they've got going on, darling dears. If you have a business, darling dear, make sure that whatever you're selling comes to the number of 8. When you are going to make a full business move, it must be around the 8th or have the 8th in the date. As we call in the energies of wisdom, guidance and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers and spiritual guides. From Keetha to Malkuth. Namaste. Energies up, 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 big cat. Up, up, up. Everybody's running for their paper and pens. They're setting their timers and their clocks for this 3 times per day manifestation. But darling dears, if you have not cleaned out your temple, what's that? Your body. The only thing you've got to take with you everywhere on this Malkuth. It will not be manifested in the way that you're trying to put out there, darling dears. I told you, the race is not for the swift. It's for those that can endure. And every day when you leave this channel, I want you to leave with something on your mind so you can become a keyboard gangster yourself. Anything I tell you, darling dears, you can find out for yourself. I'm just here as a pointer, not a picker. We all have free will. And while you're at it, right, make sure that you stop eating hot dogs. Why? Listen. They did a scientific research. It's got 2% human DNA in it. Are you kidding me, blood? Yeah. Girl, boys, I'm telling you. They're trying to get us, Scotty. Pay attention to what you feed your body with. Water fasts are wonderful, but remember, we are electromagnetic beings. A fruit fast would be the best for you, darling dears. Blueberries? Yes, get right up and in there with the blueberries. Things like the honeydew melon. It's got the electrolytes. Pay attention to what you feed your body, darling dears. And if ever you feel stuck in letting go of a particular peccadillo from the past, I told you what I did. I earnestly and I prayed and I gave my free will to my soul to guide me. We are all reincarnated beings. And every lifetime, if you have not cleared up the karmic debt from your previous lifetimes, as well as the ones you make, knowingly or unknowingly, on this Malkuth, darling dears, you will wear it. Let's get your runestone as we dive in, darling dears. Thank you. Ingus, represented by the Emperor in Tarot. It also speaks about male gestation, darling dears. This is about what? Using common sense, darling dear. Your flip-flop. Something that not everybody uses. It's like a superpower amongst them. And you have to remember, common sense is not common. It also speaks about authority, being an authority in your life, darling dear, being the person that calls all of the shots. And if you are tormenting yourself with past situations, past people that refuse to change, that refuse to what? Raise their mind to a 5D level, darling dears, you have to leave them where they are. Doesn't matter what connection you've got to this person or people, you have to leave them where they are. The energy of the 4, darling dears, is about you creating new structure and stability in your life. Why? Because I told you, we are going to be applying the what? The 3, 6, and 9. Yes, darling dears. And when you start this manifestation routine, you have to be earnest. You have to feel as though it's already been gifted to you by the Most High. The universe is abundant, but you have to learn how to bend the matrix and understand whatever suffering you went through, darling dears, was for you to what? Stand up and claim dominion. Ingus, represented by the letter N and G and the number 13. I feel inclined to cast another rune. This ponytail is rocking round my cranium. You know when you've got braids in your hair, when it's nearly time for it to come out, you let it float around your cranium for a few days until you can't take it anymore. I'm at that stage, guys. Thank you. Because you also have what? Answers, darling dears. This is represented by the Magician in Tarot. It also represents what? Father God, Mother Isis. 2 major cards. The Emperor does represent Father God for some in Tarot, and for me, depending where it falls in the spread. You are being told, darling dears, that it's time for you to what? Clear your vision. Clear your vision and step into this leadership role that is being gifted to you as you let go of the past. The past is reference material. You will learn to what? Compartmentalize things. We only look back at the past for reference so that we don't what? Fall down that same hole again, darling dear. The hole that led to the what? The mud hut. The mud hut. Represented by the letter A, as well as what? The numbers 4, 5, 6, and 7. It also speaks about what? Deceit, darling dears. As you what? Manifest using the 369 manifestation mode gifted to us by Tesla, darling dears. You're going to notice a lot of deceit being unmasked in your face, and you are going to be tasked with what? Understanding that knowledge is key, but you must hold your tongue. I'm telling you. Just because you know someone is rotten to the core or their skullduggery has been uncovered in your hemisphere, you don't have to what? Pull them up on it. It's not your job, darling dear. It's below your spiritual pay grade, and where we are going, big cat. We are tending to what? Bending the matrix. Calling in what we truly deserve on this Malkuth. Like-minded souls. Those hurts, those atrocities, from the what? The pernicious, darling dear. What they perpetrated against you was for a reason. It was time for you to wake up. And some of us was unwilling to let go of these familiar faces, these familiar places, until it became so uncomfortable. It was either them or you. Subconsciously, you chose you. Continue to always choose yourself in every situation, darling dear. I'm hearing that somebody's lost their job or about to lose their job. That job wasn't for you. You was marking a place for someone else, darling dear. What the universe wants to gift you with is abundance on every level. But you have to be prepared to let go of what? That big P, the past. Yeah. We are what? Futuristic thinking cats, darling dears. You were built for this. You are prototype of your lineage. And if there's anything I've ever told you in the past, darling dear, listen to this. Pay attention to your temple. Put down those things that have you addicted. It could be food. It could be the television. Whatever it is. Let nothing have dominance over you. Be able to what? Walk away, darling dears. This is the season where we find knowledge on every level. Nothing wrong with knowing a bit of everything rather than a whole lot of nothing, darling dears. We're going to be using the African Goddess Oracle deck as well as the life lessons to get our ancestral message today. I'll take the one that flashed up and I saw it. We have the truth roof. Pinkies up. Baby dears, darling dears. It's represented by the what? The 3 and the 4, the yin and the yang, the balancing of the masculine and feminine energy. It also comes to what? A 7, darling dear. 7 is the energy of what? Lean in, big cat. Reflection, assessment, and knowledge. Knowledge. Knowledge is key in order to what? Manifest what you truly want. Use the energy of the 369, darling dears, for 8 days. But make sure that you are ready for it. Make sure that you're not going to be focusing on issues of the past as you're doing your manifestation. You have to set it in your mind, set it in stone, set it in your heart. And don't allow the conscious mind, the mind, which is what the critical part of you, darling dear, telling that you can't. Question it, darling dears. Sometimes you have to stand outside of yourself and question your own thoughts. Why? Because thoughts are not facts. I've seen a lot of root chakra, darling dears. The root chakra is what? Manifestation mode. It's what? Where you find the fight, flight, or freeze mode. It speaks of the stability that you're going to be bringing into what? This physical realm, darling dear. Why? We are going for our wants and not our needs. Many of us, as including myself, lost decades with things we felt we needed in our lives. When the only thing you truly want is yourself. Claim dominion of yourself and call whatever you want into your life, darling dears, as you release the past. This is a teaching moment for you, darling dears. I've told you many times, your testimony is a survival kit for another big cat. But in saying that, you are not going to be taking past issues to ears that don't deserve to hear what you went through, darling dears. I told you, 80% couldn't give two good golly and goshes. 19% are glad it's happening to you, and that fabled 1% will reveal themselves to you, darling dears, your true support in time. This teaching card also reminds me of what? The Hierophant, darling dears, because the Hierophant card is about teaching. It's about wisdom. You inspire young people to learn. You're as young as you feel, darling dears. Age is just a number. Time is what? Time means nothing, Conkeitha. We age every time we blow out a birthday candle. Listen, don't blow out no more candles, blood. Celebrate your birthday because you came onto this Malkuth. But we don't need those candles. What we want to manifest will not be at the blowing of a candle, darling dears. All it will do is mark time which we don't know when we're going to be called back to sit at the Father's feet as he slides our contract over to us. Divine knows what you have or haven't completed on this Malkuth, darling dears. You can't hide anything from the Most High. But you have You've got the time right now to find that knowledge. You have the time right now to manifest what you want into your life, darling dears. Things that you truly want. But you have to be in deservant mode. Appreciative of all past lessons, because they led you to where you are exactly right now. The person that you are right now, my dear big cat, is not the same person you was 12 months ago, 24 months ago, 48 months ago. And never you forget, you have your ancestral team, your security, which you can call at any point. I already did a reading on that. Going back 6 generations, that's 126 beings that are waiting for you to open up to the universe, darling dears. And understand that you are a magical being. And what you have, take a look around you right now. Everything around you is because you had that thought and you focused on it, darling dears. What can you call towards you when you do what? True, positive intent. What can you truly manifest? We are limitless beings, darling dears, having a human experience. When we took our first breaths, we forgot everything. Some of us are fortunate enough to remember our previous lives. Some of us recognize people through, you meet someone and it's like you've known them forever. Yes, you've known them before because everyone is a walk-on in your life, darling dear. But just because you recognize that energy, you have similarities, does not mean they deserve a VIP ticket to the club of your psyche, darling dears. I pulled this card for a reason. Because we're all going for a career change. As I said, somebody's going to be losing their position, their job, and they're going to be very upset. Cry, darling dear. But rub them bitches in, darling dear, and keep it pumping and fresh. Because Divine is about to gift you with more than you can actually bargain for. You are a limitless being. Tap in. Tune into your higher self, darling dears. And be the light. Be the light for another big cat by how you bend the matrix. What did I say, darling? There's a new beginning for you. This is represented by the Fool card in Tarot. Mercury as well as Uranus energy also speaks about the sudden change that you will be experiencing in your life, darling dear. Because even though you feel as though maybe you're standing still, feeling stagnant at this moment in time, your subconscious mind, as in what, drawing in what you truly want. But you have to be the one to press the button to manifest it, darling dears. Just noticed this was on the floor. The solar plexus. The solar plexus speaks about your energy and your willpower, darling dears. And everything is a sign in my readings. I always normally line them up when I sit down. Today I didn't do that. I just began the read. You need to tap into your willpower, darling dears, and focus. Focus. Get that fruit diet going, darling dears. Get your blueberries, your organic ones. Get your electrolytes up. Put down the chocolate, overeating, whatever that comfort zone was. It's time for us to what? See it as kryptonite to a big cat. Because we will all be called. I'm not going to tell you exactly what my vision was at this moment in time. I want you to see the power of your manifestations first. And when the time is right, I'm going to tell you what my vision was. Three cards, please. Three cards, please. I asked for 3 and I got 4. You choose, darling dears. I want 3 cards. Give me 3 numbers, 1, 2, 3, or 4. The first person to give me 3 cards will read from those. Okay, King James has said 3. 2 more cards, please. We've got 1, 2, and 4. We've got Renon Lion said 3, 4, 1. You came up first, so 3, 4, and 1. This is the last message. Your first card, darling dears, the shadow side. This is moon energy again. We was just discussing the moon. It speaks about what? A spiritual journey. It also speaks about what? Tapping into your wiser mind, your higher mind, your subconscious mind, because something is about to be birthed in your hemisphere. It also speaks about the what? Not worrying about whom wants to be your secret enemy at this moment in time. Somebody needs to also let go of energy of a fake friend, something that a friend did. I think he was thinking about it today. How skullduggerous they were, darling. The epiphanies was going off for you. The moon represented by Cancer as well as Pisces energy, darling dears. And again, as I said, we are fast approaching the Taurus full lunar eclipse in Taurus. Spiritual strength in the reverse, darling dears. Good golly and gosh. This is represented by the Nine of Wands. This is no longer the time for you to what? Look over your shoulder to remember what you've been through, darling dear. As you're about to what? Experience what? A spiritual upgrade. We have the 18, we have a 9. The final card, we have the Emperor. This is you releasing false principalities, things that you felt was controlling you. And I told you, somebody is about to be leaving a working situation. They wasn't ready for it, darling dear, but you was holding a space that is not for you. This also speaks about narcissistic behaviors. It could be a father, it could be your child's father. Know that this person is for the streets, darling dears. They are to be left where they are. They will be sending out what? A call for help, an SOS. Leave them where they are. This is your journey now. Letting go of the past. Many will talk about you, darling dears, telling people that you've lost the plot. When you are what? Clearing your mind. It just started to rain again. It's been raining on and off all day. What is it about the shadow side? A lot of fakeazoid, darling dears. You allowed yourself to be manipulated in many situations. Situations where you was gifted with what? The badass alchemist ways. You had the tools to create whatever paradigm you wanted. But this is about giving up your power to people that you thought were friends. People that you felt had your back, darling dear, when all they had for your back was what? A blade. Page of Wands on its face also speaks about what? The original bad boy or bad girl, bad news bear. You're going to be hearing some bad news about, well, it's not for you, darling dear, because it's nothing to do with you. This same person that tried to mess you up, F you over, you're going to be hearing something, darling dears. And when you hear it, what did I say? All you can do is say, don't comment. They are getting what they truly deserve, darling dears. This is a situation where you have to save yourself, save your energy, and continue to focus on your what? Your 369, your own energies. And you know this, High Priestess energy. The High Priestess goes within, darling dears. You know that somebody is about to get some major karma that is going to be in your face. You're going to want to comment about this situation. You may even be what? Tapped on the shoulder by a merchant of slander, bringing said intel to you. But you have to hold your tongue. You have to remember you've got bigger fish to fry. And Divine wants you to what? Focus on your higher mind. This is a time for you to go within, darling dears. Take back your energy and release this past situation, because they are indeed getting what they truly deserve. I told you. They may not get caught for everything that they did, darling dear, but they certainly will be paying for it as you continue to what? Focus on yourself. Clarify the High Priestess, please. Yes. Look at this. More moon energy, 2 different decks, darling dears. Something, I told you, the lunar eclipse is on the 8th. The 8th is a day for what? Manifestation. It's a highly lucky number. Some of you will be getting your 369 on the 8th. But it also speaks about what? The negative energies that are still being directed at you, darling dears. Never you forget thy rod and thy staff, they protect thee. Your ancestral team, 126 of them are just waiting for you to call them. There doesn't have to be no big ritual. The same way I speak to you, you speak to them. But they can't help you or assist you on your soul's journey without you asking for that help. Major arcana. 4 major arcana. The same 4 we began with, darling dears. Somebody's feeling extremely frustrated at this moment in time. The frustration is going to put you in defensive mode, and when you're in defensive mode, you are confused. You are unable to what? See the woods because of the trees, darling dears. Louder frustration, yeah? This is a time for you to what? Recoup, darling dears. Pay attention to your dreams. Write your dreams down, even though you may not understand them at this moment in time. Things will be revealed to you as we go further down the line. Remember, I told you that. But you'll be getting messages. Messages that you have to what? Keep calm with, darling dears. Don't comment on it. It's below your spiritual pay grade. Because at this moment in time, your steps are being divinely ordered. When we are being called, darling dear, I told you many times, it's not a conference call. No one is supposed to understand exactly what you're going through. This is your journey and your journey alone. All of our journeys are what? Different. But it's also what? A time for you to release past situations that has been what? Scoppering you, darling dear, keeping you stuck, keeping you stagnant, keeping you from believing in you, believing that you can manifest anything you want. Clarify the judgment card. This is definitely going to be a change of status for some of us, darling dears, as we step into this new stage in our life. This transformation is the what? The renewal of a contract with your higher self, darling dears. That God spark within. You are being gifted with a fresh start. But releasing the past 100% is from forgiveness. Yes, I've told you many times, forgive them. But when did you take the time to forgive yourself? I was counseling a client today, and I said to her, without thinking, name 3 things, 3 people that you truly love. Just like that, she named 3 people. But she wasn't amongst them. The first thing you must name, when I tell you to name 3 things that you love, you should call your name first. An epiphany moment for her, and maybe for you, darling dears. Clarify the judgment. Because you're about to be gifted with what? A raise in your vibration, darling dear. I told you. Spiritual ascension. Major arcana. Because fate, destiny, and good luck has a hand in your life. This is a change, darling dears. A change that your soul has been crying out for. I've just gifted you with the keys of the 369. Use that energy, darling dears, to call in whatever you want. But let it not be someone from the past. Their journey is their journey. You will hear, one way or another, of what they're going through, but it's not your fight. It's not your problem. 3 major arcana, and I tell you all the time, I love the 3, darling dears. Why? Because it comes with the 369. Understanding that you've been wasting your time on the wrong situations. As I said, if you've been comfort eating, overindulging in something, it's time for you to put it down. Even though you think you're not thinking about the past, the underlying, which is pushing you to do these things that are negative to your temple, darling dears, it's because past situations are still going through your mind. Even though you may not be thinking of it on a daily basis, you're still doing addictive behaviors that you have to let go of. Forgive thyself, darling dear. In the upright, the Seven of Pentacles tells you about waiting for the right partner. But until you become that right partner, they won't manifest. Forgive yourself, my dear big cat. Forgive yourself. Clarify the authority figure in your life. As I said, it could be a friend, it could be a partner, your child's child, the other parent to your child, a family member. Forgive those that are going to be released from their work situations. Don't be upset with them, darling dear. You no longer vibrate on that frequency. You're being let go for a reason. Thank you. Ten of Swords. Letting go of the past, releasing those betrayals that have kept you stuck. How will you know you were stuck? By the what? Comfort zone behaviors that you've been perpetrating, darling dears. Look at your life. Look at what you're doing, and you know that it's not right for you to be doing it because it doesn't serve any good purpose. Time for you to take those knives out of your proverbial back once and for all, darling dears. They betrayed you to make you the cat that you are, but it's time for you to what? Step into the spiritual ascension that you're being gifted with at this moment in time. Moving on from those cups of hopium, hoping that they got their comeuppance, hoping that you what? Could go into that job you hated one more time just to get the paycheck that will never make you rich, darling dears. I told you many times how you can make the Skrilla.com, but until you go through the what? Facing your shadow side. Releasing those what? Those beings around you that don't even deserve a nanosecond of your time, whether consciously or subconsciously, darling dears. Because it will allow you to think more clearly and manifest and draw whatever you want towards you, darling dears. Seven of Swords on its face speaks about clear thinking. Good golly and gosh, lad. I don't even know if I want to show you these cards. Maybe I'll just put them back in the deck. No, I'm joking. Yeah. Because Divine is about to gift you with what you truly deserve, darling dears. This is about you reaching that transformation stage, darling dears. Going into transformation, realizing that you can create whatever you want. This is about you coming out the other side. Right next to the nine of Wands. Two different decks, darling dears. This is about you using your spiritual badassery to bring about true contracts, divinely guided contracts. As I said, everyone is a walk-on in your life. But in order to call in whom's supposed to be with you for the last part, darling dears, I can't make this up, darling dears, not even if I wanted to. This is time for you to step into your spiritual authority over yourself. Release those past situations. And as I said, you'll know that you're still stuck on it by the things that you're using as a comfort zone, which is kryptonite to a big cat at this stage of the game. Whatever you're doing the rinse and repeat on, whether it's the alcohol, the drugs, it could even be the fizzy drinks, darling dear, watching the television, or waiting for someone to come back, or waiting for someone's to get their comeuppance. Claim dominion, darling dears, and get your 369 on. Clarify the Emperor, please. Yeah, I can't make it up. There's something within you that you have to let go of, darling dears, in order for the true manifestation, which you will see once you apply the 369. Something that you have to let go, this dysfunction. Your subconscious mind is begging you at this moment in time to let it go. Let nothing have dominion over yourself. I don't care what it is. Let no tangible thing on this Malkuth stop you in your tracks. Let no person or whatever they did stop you in your tracks, because it will keep flying into your mind until you forgive yourself. Just like when I spoke to my client earlier on, when I told her to name 3 people that she truly loved. She forgot to name herself because she hasn't forgiven herself. I didn't see that. Time to leave those things as a cold case. You don't need to investigate them anymore. I just heard boss up and change your life. Come through, Lizzo. Gosh, that. What about this cold case? Tell us a little bit more. I can't make it up, darling dears. Forgive yourself and prepare your body to do your 369. And then tell me in the Gmail, don't hit me up in the comments, tell me in the Gmail how it manifested for you. You are a limitless being. And Divine wants to give you with the rewards that you truly deserve. Forgive yourself. This is not the time for you to be, undecisive. This is about making bold movements, darling dears. Bold movements to build this new world that you've been hankering for, that you've been asking the Most High for, that you've removed so many toxic situations from you for. It's not the time to be wondering should you or shouldn't you. It's the time to get great, darling dear. As you master your emotions. Forgive yourself and drink of that cup of self-love. Pamper yourself. Because the dysfunction that if you continue to allow these comfort zone behaviors to perpetrate your life, darling dears, you can be taken by anything because you will stand for nothing. Time to let go, big cat. Because the past is the past, darling dears. You can't change the past, But celebrate the past, because it's bringing justice into your life, darling dears. As you stand up and claim dominion over yourself. As you use the 369 to manifest anything you want, but not someone from the past. You may even be the cat that may even be the one in the wrong. You can't change what you done did, darling dear. It's what you do from this day going forward. You can't guilt yourself until you die, darling dears. It's already done. It's a cold case. And the only one that's keeping it alive is you and your subconscious. What trumps the world card? The world card. For this fresh new start you're about to what manifest, darling dears. A new beginning for you. Nobody wants you to win more than me, unless it's you, of course. Forgive yourself. How about that? Forgive yourself. On that note, are we finished? Hold on. I can feel ye old Kipper breathing down my neck. Final deck. Where are we going to get our final card? From the left or from the right? Donnie Renee says from the left. Let it go, darling dear. It's got to be a TKO. It's a cold case. Remember, we are going into manifestation mode. We are big cat, prototype of our lineage, chosen, built for this shiznai. Let the dead bury the dead, darling dears. Forgive yourself. And then get to your 369. I insist. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, toddle over to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. Don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Let go of the past, big cat. You don't live at that address. Remember I told you that. Fist bump.